Brian Galen. We're going to call to order the meeting of the Public Library for Tuesday, August 10th, 2021, regular meeting. Molly, would you take attendance?
Yeah. Miss Allen?
Here.
Miss Clemens?
Here.
Mr. Hendon?
Here.
Miss Conan?
Here.
Mrs. Lamacchia?
Here.
Miss Redden?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a few resolutions.
We do, and what I would ask is, if we start with my report, we'll cover them in there if that works.
Okay.
Good deal. Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hello. How are you? Greetings.
It's good to see everybody.
Somebody's paying attention.
We'll start with the director's report today. Beginning with a little discussion about our annual circulation ranking. Many of you may know that for the last several years, the August Director's Report has discussed the annual CIRC rankings for public libraries from across the U.S. and Canada. That information is provided courtesy of the Public Library Association PLDS survey. In 2019, that sponsoring organization voted to sunset the survey, meaning the last data was available from 2018 that we reported on, if you remember, in August of 19. Future data collection from the industry organization will focus more on providing libraries with data visualizations that allow them to compare inputs and outputs to their statistically valid peer groups. And they're also coming out with this new tool. We're going to find out more about that. It will ultimately replace that survey. I did want to note, though, since we're used to talking about it, that a different measurement tool than the one discussed above from the IMLS, the Institute of Museum and Library Services, does continue to track annual statistics for public libraries. And according to them, in fiscal year 2019, our more than 25 million of circulation transactions were the highest in the nation. Yes, I know, we did big King County. So it's a little bit different measure, but when Brett and I were talking about it, he said we should take a victory lap since it's statistically true. So there you go. Yes. All right, moving on. After many years of distinguished service, it is with a heavy heart that I note this will be Ms. Lamacchia's last board meeting. I know, whoa, exactly. Elizabeth H. Lamacchia was sworn in as a trustee for our library in December of 1998. She was appointed to the board by the judges of the Hamilton County Court of Common Pleas, and when her term expires in the fall of this year, she will have dedicated nearly a quarter century of service to the Library Board of Trustees. During those years of service, she was the president of the board 3 times in 2003, 2009, and 2016. She served as a member of the executive committee multiple times as well during her tenure, including as a vice president in 2002, 2008, 15, and the secretary in 2001, 2007, 2014, and in 2019. It is difficult to convey the positive, proactive, and lasting impact Ms. Lamacchia has had on our organization. She's been a steady, caring, thoughtful voice, including being a very strong advocate for staff and for our state and local funding. Last year, she kicked off our annual staff recognition event, held virtually for the first time ever, with much enthusiasm and grace, as is her way. She closed with a heartfelt message directly to staff, telling them how much their service meant to her and to the community, particularly during the pandemic year of 2020. It was a moving message that clearly reflected Ms. Lamacchia's strong belief in and support for the library and our staff members. I am going to ask that Diane Cunningham-Redden read a resolution here, a couple of resolutions in honor of Ms. Lamacchia, and following that, we will request some motions. Turn it over to you.
Thank you, Paula. So whereas Elizabeth H. Lamacchia was first appointed to the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library Board of Trustees in 1998 by the judges of the Hamilton County Court of Common Pleas, and whereas Mrs. Lamacchia served for 23 years as a valued member of the library's Board of Trustees, including president of the board in 2003, 2009, and 2016, and vice president in 2002, 2008, and 2015, and whereas Mrs. Lamacchia has been a staunch vocal supporter of the library for nearly 40 years, beginning with her volunteer work for the Friends of the Library in 1984 and as director of the Friends of the Library from 1988 to 1998, and whereas Mrs. Lamacchia has been a generous donor to the library and the Library Foundation through personally giving or directing from the Lamacchia Family Foundation more than $200,000 in the last 20 years. And whereas, while she served on the board, the library received national recognition, including the National Medal for Museum and Library Service in 2013, and consecutive 5-star ratings among public libraries in our population and budget categories from Library Journal in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. And whereas, while she served on the board, library use reached record levels, resulting in the library ranking in the top 5 of busiest library systems in the United States in 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, and the second busiest in the United States in 2016. And whereas Mrs. Lamacchia supported the building or renovation of library locations in more than a dozen Hamilton County communities, including Anderson, Avondale, Bond Hill, Clifton, Deer Park, Green Hills, Groesbeck, Loveland, Madeira, and the downtown Maine Library, Pleasant Ridge, Price Hill, Reading, St. Bernard, and Walnut Hills, and creating accessible spaces and upholding the library's mission of connecting people with the world of ideas and information. And whereas, throughout her tenure on the board, Mrs. Lamacchia continually demonstrated strong and vocal care and concern for the staff by advocating for fair policies, salaries, and benefits, and now, therefore, be it resolved, in recognition of her years of devoted service, the members of the Board of Trustees thank and commend Elizabeth H. Lamacchia for her dedicated service to the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution will be spread among the minutes of the Board of Trustees of the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library.
Thank you, but only about half of that belongs to the library employees.
We have another resolution as well.
Right. Honoring Elizabeth H. Lamacchia on her retirement. This is on behalf of the Ohio Senate. On behalf of the members of the Senate and the 134th General Assembly of Ohio, we are pleased to extend special recognition to Elizabeth H. Lamacchia on the occasion of your retirement as a trustee for the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library. Throughout your distinguished tenure with the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library, you have demonstrated an unwavering dedication to performing your duties and fulfilling your responsibilities with the utmost efficiency and competence. Previously serving as director of the Friends of the Public Library, you were sworn in as a member of the Board of Trustees in 1998, and over the past 22 years, you have held such offices as President and Vice President, Secretary, and Chair of the Strategy Committee. In addition, you have been active with the Development and Human Resources Committees, and you have displayed a sincere commitment to strengthening the library system. The enthusiasm and generosity you have shown in your endeavors have earned you the respect and admiration of all those with whom you have worked. As you retire, you have the satisfaction of knowing that you have provided a valuable service to the community and have established a record of achievement that will stand as a hallmark for others to emulate. You will be sorely missed. Thus, with great pleasure, we congratulate you on your retirement and salute you as one of Ohio's finest citizens. Senator Matt Huffman, President of the Ohio Senate, and Senator Steve Wilson, 7th Senatorial District.
You didn't need to get that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think we need a
So
motion
we need a motion for
to
those?
adopt those, yes.
Could I get a motion to adopt?
I move that we adopt the resolutions.
Second.
I second the motion.
Thank you.
We're going to do a roll call vote. Ms. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon?
Yes.
Ms. Conan?
Yes.
Mrs. Lamacchia?
I'm the pass.
That's okay. Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Lamacchia. Going on with our report.
You know, we had
That's we're doing that
For
one a
later.
bit
Gotcha.
Yeah, we have another resolution thanking someone else. And more good news. Library staff
good.
members are winning awards. We have 2 that have been selected as members as honorees for the Ohio Library Council Awards this year. First, our Civic Engagement Coordinator, David Siders. He's the winner of the John Philip Outreach and Community Award, recognizing exceptional achievement in library outreach and engagement. His winning nomination highlighted his work in connecting community members to health resources, expanding community access to voting information, and connecting with government agencies and nonprofits to support community members seeking assistance in avoiding eviction and finding jobs. Secondly, here at this branch, Sandra Presley, who is the Price Hill branch manager, is the winner of the Vasilius Emerging Leader Award, which recognizes library leaders of tomorrow. Over the past year, and Sandra, who has talked to the board recently, was instrumental in delivering library service to her community during a pandemic and for opening a renovated branch library, tapping into her passion for improving the lives of those in the community. Congratulations to David and Sandra. Winners will receive their award at the OLC Convention at awards luncheon Wednesday, October 13th at the Hyatt in downtown Columbus. Speaking of more awards, we have won a variety of additional honors. In June, our Virtual Information Center received an honorable mention for the National Customer Service Association's 2020 Service All-Star Awards. They were recognized for their work during the pandemic. While our doors were closed to the public, they served the community by fielding thousands of calls, emails, and chats. Also in June, the library received an honorable mention from the Association for Strategic Planning's Richard Goodman Strategic Planning Award in the category of Pandemic Response, Recovery, and Growth. It commended us for an impressive proposal with many dimensions, from the standpoint of pre-crisis prep work to the immediate response of closing the library while maintaining core services, expanding service to those who needed them the most. In addition, the simultaneous focus on employees and customers and the enhancement of the digital platform for customers and alternative approaches to engage the community made our proposal very strong. And finally, in July, the American Library Association announced that our marketing team is honored with the prestigious 2021 John Contandena Award for our fall 2020 public awareness campaign. It increased awareness about the many services we were providing with pandemic protocols in place, and that award recognizes libraries that demonstrate outstanding library public relations, and it does come with a $10,000 prize funded by the H.W. Wilson Foundation. Yes. All right. Legislator visit. We did host State Representative Cindy Abrams for a visit at our North Central branch the end of July. She met staff and observed the Discover Summer program making a finch feeder. There were some very cool finch feeders, I have to tell you. It was a very well-attended program, and I gave Representative Abrams a packet with info specific to library locations in her service district, and I updated her on our many current library initiatives. Now, state budget update. The General Assembly has completed their work on House Bill 110, the state's 2-year operating budget bill, and I'm happy to report that the final budget includes keeping our PLF at 1.7 of the General Revenue Fund. This became effective on July 1st, and in appreciation of the General Assembly and Governor DeWine making Ohio Public Libraries a priority, we shared a video on our social media channel, and I'm also requesting that Diane read another resolution for us, thanking the legislator and Governor DeWine for the PLF funding.
Thank you, Paula, because we haven't had enough whereases yet today. So here we go. Whereas Ohio Public Libraries currently serve more than 8.4 million individuals, and the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library has nearly 500,000 cardholders. And whereas Ohio's public libraries have the highest use per capita in the nation, and the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library is the 3rd busiest public library system in the nation. Should we fix that?
Yeah, we better. It's
Get out some
also,
white out
yeah.
and fix that.
Recently.
Overseeing more than 5.5 million library visits and circulated more than 21 million items in 2019. And whereas state funding for Ohio Public Libraries throughout the Public Library Fund ensures all Ohioans have access to a minimum, consistent level of services statewide, regardless of their zip code. And whereas Ohio's public libraries played a vital role in supporting the community through the COVID-19 pandemic, and the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library contributed to the county's mask-making effort by providing over 800 masks to healthcare workers, saved 735 lives through blood drives at library locations, served as a COVID-19 testing site where over 2,400 tests were administered, distributed COVID-19 at-home test kits, and hosted Cincinnati and Hamilton County vaccination pop-up clinics where 279 residents have been vaccinated so far. And whereas Ohio Public Libraries provided public access to the internet, computers, and the latest technology, and the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library provided nearly 3.1 million computer and Wi-Fi sessions to the residents of Hamilton County in 2019. And whereas public libraries help Ohioans build workforce development skills and support small businesses and entrepreneurs and provide lifelong learning opportunities. And in 2019, the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library's downtown main library assisted 15,600 small businesses, schools, and nonprofits through its makerspace and fielded nearly 9,000 customer questions concerning job application and resume assistance through its tech center. And whereas public libraries help young Ohioans build early literacy skills, succeed in school, and prepare for college, careers, and life. And in 2019, the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library hosted 13,725 programs and events for youth and delivered 535 teacher collections to 86 schools. And whereas the return on investment for those served by the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library in 2019 was $6.47 for every tax dollar invested, bringing the library's total economic benefit to $395.4 million. And whereas the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library currently receives nearly 50% of our operating funds through the Public Library Fund, now therefore be it resolved that on this day of August 10, 2021, we, the members of the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library Board of Trustees, extend our sincere appreciation to the Ohio General Assembly and Governor DeWine for making public libraries a priority in the state budget and for maintaining the Public Library Fund at 1.7% of the state's total revenue fund for fiscal years 2022 and 2023.
All right.
Can I get a motion?
I move that we accept that proposal.
Betsy, second.
Ms.
Thank you.
Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Clements?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon?
Yes.
Ms. Conan? Yes. Mrs. Lamacchia?
Yes.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And thank you, Ms. Redden, for that impressive reading of multiple resolutions.
Where is this?
Nice.
Whereas
that was
tonight in my
awesome.
sleep.
Yes.
Whereas,
Institute of Museum and Library Service Project Partnership. We're very excited that our library will be partnering with the Providence, Rhode Island Public Library on a project called Data for Good. The IMLS announced that the Providence PL is receiving over $500,000 to expand on previous work in data visualization, analysis, and programming for diverse youth and adults to seed an innovative, responsive, holistic education program called Data for Good in partnership with institutions across the country. Potential activities for us as partners include participating in online community practice, supporting professional development and training for our staff, implementing the program model, and incorporating evaluation tools to help assess its effectiveness and assisting with raising awareness about the project in the library community and beyond. Pandemic recovery and returning to service. In July and August, we have reinstituted nearly all of the library's hours with some slight modifications. We have added drive-through service on Sundays to all 7 locations that now have drive-throughs, and they're listed there. Prior to the pandemic, these locations, with the exception of Reading, were not open for any service on Sundays, so that's an addition. Our main library is also offering Sunday drive-through hours, and we plan to reinstate the Sunday in-person hours in October for the North Building. That pause in adding back Sunday in-person service at Main relates to the coming multi-month closure of the South Building for renovations focused on the first floor and the plaza. Service will move to the North Building entirely when the South Building is closed in late September. I do want to note that we are planning a closing ceremony to recognize the important role the South Building has played in our community for many years and to honor that contribution as we prepare for the renovation. Also of note, the logistical complexity of bringing in a very large crane necessary for the skylight repair and renovation work, it will eliminate nearly all available staff and visitor parking at Main Library beginning August 20th until early 2022. So just letting you know that's going on. Then I have the library closing schedule for 2022, and I do need a motion to accept that from someone, and if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I move that we accept that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And finally, there are the board meeting dates. We don't need a motion to accept it, but if everyone would review them, we can confirm them, and that was what we will plan for 2022. That ends my report.
Thank you, Paul. All right, the first action item will be the Facilities, Finance, and Audit Committee.
Good morning, or good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Mr. Henry.
The Facilities, Finance, and Audit Committee met on July 28, 2021 at the Price Hill Branch Library. Committee Chair Robert Hendon, committee members Nadine Allen and Gregory W. Olson, along with Board President Diane Cunningham-Redden, were in attendance. Staff members Paula Bramheger and Molly DeFossi were also in attendance. It is recommendation of the committee that the board take the following action. Main Library Project Update. Chaplain, along with Group 4, updated the committee on design progress to date. After reviewing several options for relocation of the book fountain, MKSK, landscape architect, is working to incorporate the sculptural elements of the book fountain into the new plaza design. The elevator and skylight work have started. The scaffolding is currently being built in the atrium and expected to be completed by mid-August. The bid process for the North Plaza is almost complete. There is possibility for necessary change orders to accommodate additional sidewalk along Vine Street that has been on hold waiting the plaza work. Based on the information we have and to keep the project on track, requesting the following. Authorize Eva Jane Remain, cum director, to modify the current agreement with Turner Construction by a GMP amendment to the North Plaza renovation. GMP inclusive of CMR fee and CMR contingency equal to or less than $1,045,000 with an overall budget of $1,350,000. Okay, I need a resolution for that. I move that we accept that.
I would move to accept.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. All right, now we have revisions of the 2021 annual appropriations.
You wave your arms.
Yeah, somebody.
Everybody wave your arms. Take turns.
We need to get something
We're just
done
going to
to
wave arms.
Yeah.
pay the bill.
That's what it is.
Strike that from the camera.
Revision of the 2021 annual appropriations. Confirm the following appropriation increase for increase to account for additional programming expenses. From the Kristen Fund, expenses, supplies increased by $8,000, increase in expenses $8,000. I move that we confirm that.
Second? Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Yeah, I'm going to be doing this a lot, so.
Next, approve the following appropriation increase to account for additional technology purchases to replace outdated equipment from the general fund. Expenses, supplies increased by $350,000, increase in expenses $350,000. I move that we agree to that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. All right, Walnut Hills Branch Accessibility. Confirm the following change orders to modify the GMP for Megan Construction. No, I'm not going to go through the individual amounts here. You have all those in your minutes. In the existing building, the level of the existing floor continues and reinforcement of the existing lower level is complete. The walls are being framed. In the addition, the foundation is being poured and is expected to be completed by September. The site work for the parking lot across the street has started. The project is currently anticipated to be completed in mid-2022. Okay, I recommend that we confirm those change orders.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Deer Park Branch, confirm the following change orders for Perkins Carmack Construction Incorporated. Number one, deduct ductwork and roof ladder, $123. Number two, deduct portion of insulation, credit of $278,000.55. Additional steel to support roof mechanicals, $8,233.85. Additional data and electric mount on plans, $30,392.58. The construction on the interior branch is ongoing. We've had several issues related to the dock draining that we have been working through with the landowner. Based on the most recent rain, it appears the issues are corrected. The interior framing and drywall are complete based on several factors. The completion date has been adjusted to mid-October. Ongoing maintenance 21.
Yeah.
We need a motion to confirm that.
What did it say?
The Deer Park to confirm that change order. We just need a quick motion.
I'd
for
make
it.
a motion.
No, yeah, we need to confirm that.
Second.
There we go.
All in favor?
All right. Time out.
You got another resolution?
Whereas,
Yeah, there you go.
whereas Mr. Hendon needed a sip of water. I will follow him.
All right, concerning the ongoing maintenance 21-23 project, in response to our request for statements, qualifications for design services, the ongoing maintenance 2021 through 2023, we received submittals from the following firms: Chaplin, DNK, Eliver, Emerson Design, Legat Architects, Luminol, MSA Design, SHP, THP. Committee reviewed the submissions, considered several factors, including experience with similar projects, perceived strength of proposed team, working with the library, working with public bid projects, knowledge and relationships with the local construction market. Rank the top 3 firms as follows: THP, Eliver, and Chaplin. Do we need to? All right, I move that we proceed with those 3 firms.
All in favor?
Authorize Eva Jane Remain Corrector to enter into a contract with the firms most qualified for the project. In response to our request for submittals for qualifications for CMR services for the ongoing maintenance 21 through 23 project, we received submittals from the following 2 firms: Diversified Facility Services and Pepper Construction Company. The library invited both firms to submit a request for proposal and to participate in interviews on July 27, 2021. In addition to the interviews, the Construction Manager at Risk Evaluation Committee reviewed the submitted proposal for technical qualifications and fixed-fee reconstruction pricing. I move that we authorize Eva Jane Remain, cum director, to enter into a contract with the top-ranked firm, Pepper Construction Company, as the firm most qualified for the construction manager at risk for the ongoing maintenance 2021 through 2023.
Second.
All in favor? Yeah. All in favor?
Aye. All right. Price Hill Branch accessibility. Confirm the following change orders: Justin Construction, General Trades, additional work and credits to complete the project, credit of $1,183.13. Geiger Construction Products for net deduct after VE and additional work, credit of $10,408.10. Geiler Construction, additional work requests that missed on drawings, $6,615. Geiler Company, temporary heat during project, $17,816.07. As previously reported, we've had ongoing issues with Justin Construction for a few of their subcontractors. On July 8, 2021, we were notified we had been named in a claim filed by Imbus Roofing for Justin Construction. The Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office is working to prepare a response for this claim on behalf of the library. Miramont Exterior.
We need a quick motion to confirm those change orders.
Oh yeah, we need to confirm the I move we confirm the change orders.
All in favor?
Aye. All right, Miramont Exterior Courtyard Project. On July 8, 2021, bids for the Miramont Exterior Courtyard Project were received. The estimate for the project was $277,000, and the library received 2 bids with a low bid of $272,000 and a second bid at $309,000, which is over the threshold. The lowest responsible bidder was Leo J. Buehler Company. This is the same contract completed work on the distribution center a few years ago. I move we approve the Miramont Exterior Courtyard budget, including approximately 10% contingency as follows: the contractor Leo J. Buehler Company for $272,000, Owner cost, design fees, permits, furniture, supplies for $112,820. Contingency of $38,000 for a total of $422,820.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay. Forest Park branch replacement. I
we
move
need
that
to
the board enter to an
substantiate?
executive session.
Yeah, there's one little bit right on the,
Oh, authorize Eva Jane Remain, Coon Director, to approve change orders that did not increase the overall budget and to execute the certificate of substantial completion. The change orders for the contract will be reported to the board for confirmation.
all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Hendon, I think for the next one, in the interest of keeping things moving, we'll make that, we're gonna ask that, I'm asking that we table them.
We'll table the Forest Park branch
Yeah.
replacement and discuss that in executive session.
Yeah, and do we need a motion to table? We'll just table it and come back to it at the
Yeah.
end.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
I'm done asking you now you can go back to sleep. For information only, the energy retrofit project, although the project is complete, we're still working through closeout documentation, punt list items, and other open change order with one contractor. As known, both the April 2021 and June 2021 board reports, the library has been in communication with Geiler Company regarding their claim for work performed that was greater than the contracted scope. On July 8, 2021, we received notification of claim filed against the Board of Trustees of the library in relation to this matter. Hamilton County Prosecuting Attorney's Office is preparing a response for this claim. In addition, the attorneys representing Kyler has made a records request that is currently being reviewed by the prosecutor's office before a formal response. PLF update. The PLF Public Library Fund has been trending ahead of projections during 2021. Table below represents the certifications we received for the 2021 funding. In July, the certification was $173,960.69. In December, it went up to $41,728,742.68. In June, it went up again to $44,577,353.88. As planned at the beginning of FMP implementation, any favorable budget variances will be carried forward in the fund balance to accelerate towards implementation of the plan. Last page. Mid-year budget review. Overall, outside of salaries and benefits, most budget line items are trending on target. Concerning the items included in the Human Resources Committee report this month, the salaries are still expected to be between $1.5 and $2 million under budget. This is a result of the conservative budget late last year because of uncertainty of the return of service, planned changes in staffing, and ongoing labor market obstacles. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Hendon. Now we go to Human Resources Committee, Judge Allen.
All right, this is the Human Resources items. The Human Resources Committee met on July 28, 2021. Committee Chair Nadine L. Allen, committee members Karen R. Clemens and Elizabeth H. Lamacchia, along with Board President Diane Cunningham Redden, were in attendance. Staff members Paula Bram-Hager and Kyla Harden, along with compensation consultants representing Siegel Group, Paula Singer, and Molly Cooper were also in attendance. It is the recommendation of the committee that the board accept the following report on: 1, merit increases. Under our current compensation plan, all regular, seasonal, and temporary staff who were hired before October 1st, 2020 are eligible to receive pay increases based on their performance reviews, which are completed on an annual basis. As mentioned in the December 2020 board report, the decision was made to evaluate the possibility of merit increases for the 2020 performance year and, in the second or third quarter in 2021, which is right now. After receiving encouraging information around the state budget in June, a merit budget of 3% with an additional 0.25% for managers' discretion in recognizing exceptional performers is recommended. Each manager will be responsible for allocating the increases within their respective departments and branches, and the amount allocated may vary as it is based on performance. It is also recommended that staff who are currently at the maximum of their pay range, often referred to as red circled, receive a one-time lump sum payment of up to 3.25% of their annual pay based on performance. I move that we accept the staff recommendations as stated in the report for merit increases.
Second.
Followed by an all favor vote. All in favor
All in
vote?
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Staff bonuses. In recognition of our hardworking staff who provided service through a difficult past year, a bonus is recommended for all current staff who have been employed at the library from June 2020 through to the present. Bonuses will be prorated for current staff who have been employed after June 2020. The bonus structure is recommended to be tiered as follows: $500 for regular full-time staff. Did you hire me last year? Oh, I thought you did. I felt like I was hired. I was here so much.
Whereas Judge Allen is now.
Another whereas.
Is now retiring from the board.
And $250 for regular part-time staff, and $125 for regular 12-hour staff. As noted in the Facilities, Finance, and Audit Committee report, the merit increases and the staff bonuses are well within the 2021 budget. Therefore, I ask that we accept the staff recommendation as stated in the report for staff bonuses.
All in favor?
Aye. Addition of a Roth IRA option. Approval is requested for the library to begin the voluntary benefit offering of contributing to a Roth 457 account through Ohio Deferred Compensation. The Roth 457 option will give our staff the ability to contribute to post-tax accounts as well as the current traditional pre-tax accounts. This new benefit offering is proposed to begin on August 22nd of 2021. Therefore, I move that we approve the library to begin the voluntary benefit offering of contributing to a Roth 457 account through the Ohio Deferred Compensation.
Second.
All in favor?
And the following is for information only. Investing in Staff Initiative Compensation Review. As recommended in the April board report, a compensation review led by Compensation Consulting Group, Siegel Group, is being conducted as part of a coordinated Investing in Staff initiative. The last comprehensive compensation review was completed in 2014. And moving forward, in alignment with industry best practices, these reviews will occur approximately every 3 years. This project is progressing well and is on schedule to deliver final recommendations at the October 12, 2021 board meeting. Paula Singer and Molly Cooper, our consultants on this project, were in virtual attendance through Microsoft Teams to provide an update to the HR committee regarding the work that has been completed to date, what steps are next, a timeline for recommendations, and dates for implementation. And presentation slides discussed by slide group are provided in Exhibit 1. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. As the library continues to focus on our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, we recognize the need, excuse me, I have to take a Bob break.
She's going to take a bob.
So, we recognize the need for continued guidance beyond the work and recommendations of Calibrated Lens, the library's DEI consultant. To provide such expertise, we will be seeking to hire a diversity, equity, inclusion, and culture director. This position will lead the library in creating and implementing an organizational framework for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and leading organizational culture efforts. Reporting to our Eva Jane Romaine Coombe director, and as a member of the senior leadership team, this position will create, recommend, and implement strategies and best practices to ensure that CHPL is tracking, measuring, and making progress to achieve its DEI goals and objectives. So for that, we don't need approval.
We do not, no.
Summer Youth Employment Program. This summer, The library has partnered with the Talbot House and the Cincinnati Recreation Commission to participate in the Summer Youth Employment Program. The goal of this program is to provide opportunities for youth to gain valuable work skills in good learning environments. The library currently has youth working at the Avondale, Covedale, Groesbeck, Price Hill, and West End branches, as well as the facilities, popular library, and sorting and materials retrieval departments. Staff Recognition Program. This year's annual Staff Recognition Program will take place on Sunday, November the 14th, at a time and location to be determined. We will recognize staff members who have achieved a milestone for years of service, and will also announce the recipient of the Impact Award and Bunny Daner Prize and the Rookie of the Year Award. There's more in here. This is the overview. I think the other parts of my report are the attachments, and they are very good and valuable reading. And with that, I conclude my report, and I'll turn it back over to our president, the Honorable Diane Redden.
Thank you, retired Judge Allen. We carpool here.
It's an Evendale thing. We live there.
You've lost control of this.
I know, completely.
Or I have, yes.
God.
Yeah, I'm feeling Mr. Moran looking at me. So next is the action item Operations Committee, Ms. Clemens.
The Operations Committee met on July 28, 2021. Committee Chair Karen R. Clemens, committee members Robert G. Hendon and Monica Doneth-Conan, along with Board President Diane Cunningham Redding were in attendance, and staff members Paula Brim-Heeger and Brett Bonfield were also in attendance. It is the recommendation of the committee that the board accept the following action. Overdue fees. At the June 2020 board meeting, our library temporarily suspended late fine fees in order to expedite and improve customer service, reduce stress, address inequities, and reinforce our library as a dynamic force in the community. A staff committee studied the effect of operating as a late fine-free library and determined that these goals were being met. In doing so, increases the library's ability to fulfill its overall mission. The full report addresses these goals, discusses the fiscal implications, and offers an overview survey of how this change compares to peer libraries. It is our recommendation that because fine monies were less than 1% of revenue, staff time spent collecting and processing payments was high, and not having late fines has contributed to more positive interactions between customers and staff. The library remained late fine-free as follows. Adjust CHPL's timeframe for following up on materials that are overdue to reduce the occurrence of lost materials. Overdue notices at 5 and 12 days overdue. Bill at 30 days overdue. Block accounts if any item is 12 days overdue, meaning no additional CHPL materials may be checked out until the overdue items are returned or the customer has paid a replacement fee. Retain the threshold for customers being sent to the collection agency at $50. So I move that the library remain late fine-free and adjust the time frame for following up on materials that are overdue as stated in the report, block accounts if any item is 12 days overdue, and retain the threshold for customers being sent to the collection agency at $50.
Second?
Okay. Ms. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon?
Yes.
Ms. Conan?
Yes.
Mrs. Lamacchia?
Yes.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
All right. So now I would like to introduce Denise Spector? Okay. Yes. All right. I would like to introduce Denise Stretchin is the senior manager at the Anderson Township Branch Library. She earned her undergraduate degree at the University of Cincinnati in International Affairs with a minor in Spanish. She earned a master's in audiology from the University of Cincinnati, a master's in library and information science from the University of Kentucky, and a master's in business administration from Indiana Wesleyan University. She also served for 8 years in the Army, attaining the rank of sergeant, before beginning her work at Anderson in 2015. She was the manager at Forest Park from 2006 to 2015, and Madisonville from 2001 to 2006 branches. She has also worked for our library previously as a children's librarian at Madisonville and Bond Hill from 2000 to 2001, a reference librarian at North Central in 1999, and at Green Township in 1998, and a shelver at Roselawn in 1987, along with working in the bindery department in 1989. In addition to her work at the library, Denise has also held numerous leadership roles with the Ohio Library Council. So now I will turn it over to Denise.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Denise Grechen, manager at Anderson Branch. Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to speak with you all tonight about our branch refresh. During the process of the refresh, I had created this file just with important information to put in it so I could stay organized and help keep our team organized. We had timelines of what we were to accomplish and when, list of priorities, customer comments that were shared with staff, and maps to reflect on the process, and look back over this file with everything in it and make sure that I was on my P's and Q's. And what began with F&P listening sessions turned into a collaborative process that involved gathering customer input at the branch with our customers that came in and couldn't actually make it to the listening sessions, as well as input from staff back in 2019 after the passage of the levy. With our large staff of 20 people, we had several meetings to discuss different customer comments that we each individually received, as well as what was shared in our listening sessions. Then we created a list of some recurring requests from our customers, and I printed a map of the branch and whited out everything on the map. And then I asked our team to separate into 3 different groups and to design different concepts for what they thought where everything should go. It's been pretty interesting to look back over this approach. Staff were really excited to be included, knowing that their input would be taken into account. And they came up with these really different maps. Some of the maps were very detail-oriented and some were minimalist in design. And I personally enjoyed seeing the camaraderie among the staff that developed with the teams and the growing competition that ensued. The designs were then shared with my supervisor, Kathy Taylor, and the hybrid of the 4 maps culminated into one design. I abstained from the competition and created my own hand-sketched map that didn't quite muster with my teammates. But one major goal that we did all have was to keep in mind the busyness of our customers' lives, as well as mobility issues of some of our more seasoned customers. We wanted to make sure that all the highest demand items were close to the door as possible so people wouldn't have too far to walk to access them. So that was like our new arrivals, our Lucky Day materials, our movies, CDs, large print magazines. Then in late winter, we received the final timeline of what would occur and when. By April, we began giving a ballpark figure to our customers who wanted to know when we were closing, what was going on. Once the bidding process was complete, we let everybody know that April 15th would be our last day open until beginning to mid-June. The week of and prior to closing, we began unloading materials onto Hamilton carts and clearing the area the contractors were to begin working on first, which was the children's room. We put all of that stuff over into the adult area so we could still access much of it as need be for customers who were wanted to pick something up at the drive-up window. So we utilized all the space in the adult room, and it turned into what looked like a virtual zigzag of books on study carols in between the aisles of the adult material. All the while, we continue to answer phones and provide service at the window and look for holds for our customers. In April, the first half of the month that we were still open for in-person service, we averaged about 50 people a day at the drive-through window. Beginning April 16th, the day we closed, and for the remainder of the month, we averaged about 123 people at the window a day. So a statistic that more than doubled. By the time we got ready to reopen the first 2 weeks in June, we were providing service at the window to an average of 137 people a day. To place it in a different context, and our circulation figures are as follows. In April, we circulated 19,061 items. In May, we circulated 15,702 items. We were closed 1 week to have our awning installed over our drive-through service window. In June, it was 20,627, and in July, 28,683, all during a pandemic. That's more than 84,000 items in the hands of our customers. Then once the walls were painted and the carpet was laid in the children's room, our team continued to load and unload materials. And I'm proud to say that our staff finished the job ahead of schedule and short-staffed. I would be remiss if I didn't share how awesome our staff is at Anderson. We were short 4 shelvers, 2 full-time staff members, and 2 part-time staff members throughout the majority of the move. Staff worked incredibly hard while maintaining professionalism and positivity with our customers when taxed not only by the arduousness of the work, but without a fully staffed crew. We continue moving forward each day, building and sharing excitement and photos of branch progress with our customers and staff system-wide. Our customers did an awesome job with us as well. They were very patient. They even brought us some cookies and other treats. They appreciated being kept up to date on the progress at the branch regarding what we were doing. What else are you all doing in there? We're moving lots of materials. And they wanted to know, too, what the contractors were doing in the building as well. The designers at IPM, Molly DeFossi, my supervisor, Kathy Taylor, facilities and computer services, kept information flowing at the branch. We had Teams meetings, email, phone conversations, etc. Staff suggestions regarding workflow and efficiency were taken into consideration. This teamwork culminated in an amazing newly designed branch with beautiful paint, carpet, a marketplace where all those popular items that are highly wanted are located, a children's area with a steam vehicle and playhouse, a quiet reading room with a fireplace sponsored by our friends group Atla, an expanded teen area with a place for gaming and furniture for teens to call their own, and 2 additional study rooms, meeting room upgrades, and diversity-inclusive artwork that is welcoming for all. Our facilities team for the project, Ronnie, Tim, Joe, and Brian, along with the Anderson crew, did an excellent job keeping everything on schedule for the contractors and according to the set timeline. That great teamwork, along with the ability to laugh at some uncontrollable situations, resulted in a great project experience and, better yet, a better and improved branch for Anderson and our surrounding communities. Our customers have been very pleased with the outcome. They love it. I've heard children say, "We may have to stay longer than planned, Mom, because this is so awesome." No, I don't want to leave yet. There have been some kicks and shouts and crying in the library. This was a job that was so well done that I have colleagues mentioning that their customers are asking about upgrades at their locations. Molly. Fine job to our administrative team, facilities, computer services departments, and the Anderson staff on such a well-received, updated branch with an overall appeal that just may indelibly remain in the minds and hearts of many for years to come. Thank you for your service. And I wanted to say, too, to Mrs. Lamacchia, thank you for your service. And thank you for your time. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay, Denise. Thank you.
So you continue?
Yes?
Okay. Restorative practices. I'm gonna take this off. Sorry. In the fall, CHPL will introduce Restorative Practices, a public safety initiative made possible by the updates to the standards of library behavior that the board approval at its April 2020 meeting. In lieu of suspending customers' library privileges at the time of a citation for violation of a library standard, customers could opt into an alternative such as counsel, guardian staff conversations, and education on the standards of library behavior. Since the way the library responds to violations can affect a customer's future behavior and library experiences, an approach grounded in restorative practices provides staff with an alternative way to work with customers to explore how everyone is affected by an offense, repair the harm, and focus on strengthening relationships. In keeping with best practices established by peer libraries, CHPL will test this approach with customers ages 10 through 17 who are cited for Category 1, nonviolent violations, and if it works well, test with all customers regardless of age. Do I need-
I think you're good,
I'm
yeah.
good? Okay.
Good.
Fine, fees, and
And you don't
no,
need to.
I don't need to.
The
oh,
exhibit,
good.
yeah,
The
people
exhibit.
can read that when
All
they're
right,
good.
all
Yes.
right.
All right, I'm taking it back. And next up is Development Committee. Ms. Conan?
Thank you. All right. Stacy put together a nice memo here, so these are information-only items. The library's been the grateful recipient of several gifts since June, including a significant bequest from the Isabel Hugo Living Trust. You guys don't mind? I'm going to take this off.
Yeah.
Okay. A long-held goal of the foundation was to grow its endowment to $10 million. In June, the foundation's endowment surpassed this level thanks to a sizable bequest received from the Susan J. Kellogg Trust. Since June, the Library Foundation has been the grateful recipient of several significant gifts from the Andrew Juergens Foundation, the Lamacchia Family Foundation, an anonymous donor, the Maxwell Weaver Foundation, and John and Karen Martins. Several additional applications for funding have been submitted and are being reviewed. The Library Foundation is one of 6 2021 Impact 100 grant finalists, so more awards. 4 awards of $100,000 will be presented on September 8th during a ceremony at Music Hall. If selected, this funding would seed support for a My Library mobile or mobile tech center for the library. So keep your fingers crossed on September 8th. From the Friends of the Public Library, in July, the Friends Board reviewed and discussed the creation of a shop as part of the main library project design process. They appreciated the opportunity for input, but concluded that they will not create a formal shop as part of the project. The Friends remain deeply committed to supporting the library through many other ways. And a note from the Anderson Township Library Association. The Anderson Township Library Association hosted a summer sale at Burger Farm and Garden Center on August 7th and 8th. At the time of this report, sale results are not known. Any updates, Stacy, on that?
We do, $16,817.
Fantastic, thank you.
Wow.
And that's up from just over 13,000 last year, so.
Nice bump,
Uh-huh.
nice bump. Back to you, Ms. Cunningham Redden.
Thank you, Ms. Conan. Next is Strategy Committee, Ms. Lamacchia.
Okay, mine's just for information only, so you don't have to vote on anything. We've had a long-time partnership with the Cincinnati Works, which provides a workforce development opportunity to the community, and that continues to grow. We're trying to a new approach where the staff in the Tech Center and the Makerspace will help promote and connect community members to their Cincinnati Works. And they're going to their Jumpstart program will continue to take place in our Adult Learning Center for 2 days a week. On October 5th, which is ahead of the Stern Lecture featuring Doris Kearns Goodwin and her 7th book, Leadership in Turbulent Times, we already held a community conversation. What should we expect of our elected leaders on August 3rd at the Price Hill Branch Library? We had 2 speakers, Key Beck and Galen Gordon, and they were facilitated and moderated by Action Tank. This is a nonpartisan think tank that partners to research and promote new public policy solutions. Beginning in February 2021 and ending the end of July, we partnered with the University of Cincinnati to provide the Community Prevalence SARS-CoV-2 study to help scientists learn more about how it has spread in our community. This was a nationwide study and included everybody. Survey locations included the College Hill Branch Library, Covedale, Downtown, and Northside Branch. We're continuing to provide free COVID-19 vaccinations at the library locations in partnership with the City of Cincinnati Health Department and the Hamilton County Public Health. And so far, 240 community members have been vaccinated at our libraries. We also continue to provide free take-home COVID-19 testing kits at our drive-through locations, and so far 2,542 of them since March.
Ms. Lamacchia, I apologize, some of those numbers are higher than an earlier report because these numbers keep unfortunately going up. I think if we look today, it would be even more.
All right, later this month, we're planning a staff and community engagement to inform our people of their design process for the main library and provide updates on how it is going. Hoping to hold a session for public and engaging with specific audiences with like the community, area community and business partners. Also, we're working with the local nonprofit organization Artworks to establish a transparent and inclusive process for soliciting and procuring works of public art. Where are we planning on putting those works of art?
There's one that we're putting hopefully on the plaza at Main Library, but we're also looking at Walnut Hills and even here at Price Hill.
I was going to say the local branches.
Yep, yep.
With our lifelong learning, we had in June, July, the library gave out 25,000 free books, 38,000 activity booklets, and 20,000 take and make kits to the youth in our community. We hosted over 1,000 live programs for the youth, and from book clubs to STEM activities to game nights. And these programs were designed to keep kids in their skills sharp over the summer. Upcoming classes, we have the Great Outdoor Weekend, September 25th to 26th, and this will be a celebration involving community groups across the county run by Green Umbrella, and we've partnered with several organizations to offer 20 programs with that. The library's newest telescope lending program, we had that article in the paper on that one, provided in partnership with the Cincinnati Observatory, and that has proven popular since its launch in June. We have 5 telescopes available for loan and are fully booked with reservations. And in early September, we'll have 5 more telescopes at additional locations. For the adults, we'll have genealogy for beginners on Zoom on August 26th and September 23rd. And you can learn how to research your family tree. And this is presented by the community partners of the Pleasant Ridge branch. The virtual workshop, what does it take to speak truth to the power? Writing op-eds and letters to the editor, and that's going to be with the writer-in-residence Danny McLean on September the 11th. The Adult Learning Center is preparing several online courses, including English and Art, Life, and Career 101. Marketing. The marketing department's planning a fall public awareness campaign to encourage community members, especially adults, to take advantage of the library services and resources that we have at all our branches. The exact timing of the campaign will be determined on the pandemic-related factors, declining, or the ability for children under 12 to be vaccinated. We'll target specific audiences, such as individuals who were previously active card holders but have dropped off, or those who signed up for an e-card but haven't converted it to a permanent card. Last month, we welcomed Christopher Keach, our new visual merchandiser. This position is responsible for designing, implementing, and evaluating a creative visual merchandising strategy for our locations. This is to create a consistent, inclusive customer experience to address community members and their interests. The visual merchandiser will collaborate with the staff to implement the best practices and make merchandising recommendations for specific locations. Hopefully, this will ensure a system-wide approach to merchandising initiatives. On our most recent strategic plan was completed in 2017. And of course, we've had the pandemic since then. So we're anticipating to develop a new plan after the completion of the facility master plan. But the pandemic is questionable. We now anticipate revisiting our mission, our vision, and value statements in our strategic plan in 2022. And our our organizational priorities, connecting community members to materials and resources, implementing the facility master plan, investing in staff, providing tech access and support to community members. Our brand beliefs, community, providing programming that not only focuses on learning but on community roots, to cultivate connection between customers to build a support network for individuals, and on empathy to foster a social environment of respect between staff and customer to customer, and enjoyment to find little ways to make every day fun, those of which we will continue to go until we could do a new master plan. And that's the end of the report.
Thank you, Ms. Lamacchia. Next up is Technology Committee. Mr. Olson is chair, but Ms. Clemens is going to read for him.
The makerspace at the main library continues to rebound in usage as the year progresses. Every month since February has seen steady climbs in customer use of equipment. June to July alone jumped 28%, the biggest increases from digital design, PCs, and the photography area. Additionally, staff have logged over 3,300 customer questions and interactions since March. With outreach opportunities becoming increasingly available, staff have participated in several events, including Art on Vine, job fairs hosted by 3CDC and CHMA, visits to Washington Park, and virtual events with the Civic Garden Center and Bethany House. In-person events and classes will be returned to the Makerspace and Tech Center in August and ramping up more robustly in September. Group tours and field trips have already returned with recent visits from the Art Academy, the Cincinnati Women's Club, and the Cincinnati Recreation Commission. Computer refresh schedule. Throughout the library, there are 2,964 total devices. A third of those are for staff, another 1,000 are public PCs, and the remaining are kiosks, laptops, iPads, self-check stations, catalog-only computers, and print-release devices. Since older machines run the risk of not functioning with newer operating systems and updates, IT tries to keep the average combined age of all computers below 5 years. Previously, when refreshing computers, we would replace the public devices and then recycle those devices to staff. This would lead to staff having the oldest, slowest, and most outdated equipment. IT has since changed the practice and now updates the branch, department, or device grouping as a whole. Our current refresh is to replace 350 of the oldest computers in the system. This group of computers are all public devices. The model we are replacing is from 2012. This upgrade will bring the average combined age of the system to 4 years. On average, we upgrade 400 to 600 PCs a year. PC use remains strong with a daily average of 1,273 PC users across the system. As noted in the board's statistical report in July, we had a total of 40,800 PC sessions and almost 30,000 hours of usage. The top 5 locations for usage in hours are Maine, Groesbeck, Avondale, Price Hill, and Bond Hill. While our pre-pandemic average was 90,000 sessions a month, PC use is now steadily trending back up. Integrated library systems upgrade. The ILS team, Library IT, and the vendor of Sierra, our ILS, will be conducting upgrades in the coming months to ensure we have up-to-date versions of both Sierra and the operating system it runs on, Red Hat Linux. The updated Red Hat Linux system, which provides technologies to build and deploy applications more securely, allows our library to support future versions of Sierra for years to come. While trying to minimize any disruption to normal library operation, it is necessary to schedule a handful of outages during business hours, which is an atypical practice for us, in order to complete these upgrades. We appreciate everyone's understanding and support during this process. BiblioCommons update. It has been a year since our introduction of BiblioCommons. BiblioCommons is web-based access and integration of library resources, including physical materials, customer accounts, programming, reader's advisory, ebooks, and social media. This best-in-class discovery layer was chosen for its enhanced search functionality and personalization services. and its potential for greater engagement between the library and its users. Despite the challenges the pandemic presented to training and implementation, the new catalog website and additionally components have largely been embraced by both staff and customers as a welcome evolution. Over 78,000 customers have completed the simple registration process for creating their personal account. We expect this number to grow considerably as the resumption of normal service continues and we are able to offer formal in-library instruction and promotion. We also plan to explore more of BiblioCommons, potential for engagement with wider use of staff-curated readers advisory lists, and by looking at ways to encourage and incentivize community-created content within the catalog. Additionally, we continue to assess different parts of the service and make improvements, such as recently gaining more control over titles and their cover art that appear as suggestions to read.
Thank you, Ms. Clemens. Could I get a motion to accept the consent agenda items, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So I'd like to make a motion at this point to move into executive session under ORC Section 121.22 G2 to discuss the purchase of real property.
Second that.
Ms. Allen? Yes. Ms. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon?
Yes.
Ms. Conan?
Yes.
Mrs. Lamacchia?
Yes.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Ms. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon?
Yes.
Ms. Conan?
Yes.
Mrs. Lamacchia?
Yes.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
So I'd like to make a motion that we continue negotiations for the potential purchase of property in Forest Park.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay. Ms. Lamacchia? I think we already did that.
Yeah.
We did that.
That's right, we did.
We did that.
Okay, I would just like to say something. As it's been a privilege to serve on this board in the library, and first of all, I'd like to thank all the library employees, from Kim and Paula, right down to the part-time shelver, for always being so hardworking and also so pleasant to everyone. That's what's making this library a pretty great library. I also want to say that it's been a pleasure to work with all the board members that I've worked with. And over the years, I'd like to mention a few that I would like to mention. The first is Joe Stern, who is a founding member of the Friends of the Library, which has been an organization that has financially supported the library as a whole. And not only just in its just regular programs, but also the summer reading program, etc. He also was a big supporter of the Library Foundation when we started it too. And now we're on to the Stern Lectures, which we now are going to be having. Secondly, I'd like to say Paul Sittenfeld, who is responsible for the Eva J. Remain Coon donation, and the interest of which goes to support the director's salary. And last, but certainly not least, Bill Marina, for all the work leading the library for all the years that he did, and who gave his heart and soul to every levy that we had in all the years. These three people have helped put the library on a solid financial basis, and now it's up to you, the members of the board, and the rest of the library staff to continue making this library such a great organization that it is.
Thank you.
So Betsy, don't get up yet, because we do have a couple of things, if I can just ask for a bit of time here for everyone. I do want to say that we reached out to several folks, and several of them did comment, again, how much they enjoyed working with you. We heard from Dee Gettler, who was on the board with you, and she said that while she's unable to be here tonight to send her personal regards to you, she is deeply grateful for all of your many years of service and that you provided such great leadership, and you were always very kind and helpful to new board members in particular. And Barb Trout also sent along how much she appreciated your work and wanted to make sure we give regards to you. I do also want to note that you have done such great work with the Friends that we also heard from Mary Lou Aft over at there, who wanted to say she's sorry that she's not going to be able to be at the meeting to personally say this to you, but she wanted to say that the partnership co-chairing the Friends book sale was one of the best experiences she's ever had. Working with Betsy was collaborative, cooperative, and always focused. I know that is how she served the library board as well. On behalf of the Friends, thank you for your years of service to our library. And there's more. We do have a nice thank you video to round things out today. If I can get this to play. Yeah. So here we go, Betsy. Let's see. Mrs. Lamacchia, there is no way we could make a video that would really convey all that you've meant to the library and to the community for your 20 plus years of service. But I want to give my best shot here and give you a shout out for your dedicated support of our library, our staff. You've been a steady, caring, thoughtful voice over the years that you've served as a trustee. And prior to that, of course, you were very active as a member and a leader in our Friends group. You've done so much. You've served as the board president. Really, you've served in every position on the board, done a great job, and also never hesitated to be the face of the library, be that during a levy campaign or in 2019 in particular, when we were out doing our many meetings across the county with community members, our listening sessions about our facility master plan. You showed up at those and urged others to show up and listen. You engaged with our community members, you engaged with our staff, and of course this past year during the pandemic, you gave the keynote address at our virtual staff recognition ceremony, and it really epitomized all the things that are fantastic about your relationship with the library and with the staff. You gave great kudos to our staff and really demonstrated that you care about the individuals who use our library and the individuals who work here. I'm going to miss your service on the board as a professional trustee, albeit volunteer in terms of payment, but you've always been there. You know so much, and on a personal level, I'll miss the opportunity to see you on a regular basis and talk with you. So Ms. Lamacchia, thank you very much for all of your service, and we wish you the best, even though we're sad to see you go, in the years after your service as a board member.
Hi Betsy, I just wanted to say thank you for all of your service to the library, and I haven't been on the library board that long, but I sit and watch you in the board meetings and I look at your passion for our children and passion for our community, and it's such an exciting adventure for me to sit alongside of you. We will definitely miss you. But again, thank you for everything that you've taught us and taught me along the way as a trustee.
Betsy, I'm sorry to see you leave the board. It's been a pleasure serving with you these many, many years. You're the member of the board that I have been associated with the longest. And I appreciate what you do and your insight into the issues that we've had to deal with. Have a great retirement and come back and see us. Thank you so much for your service. Bye-bye.
We are going to truly miss you, Betsy, because you bring not only a lot of joy to our board meetings, but you've been a great teacher too. And we know that you love your grandkids, and we love you so much that I think I was joking with you. I wanted to say, tell your grandchildren that we just have a slight little bone to pick with them because they're taking you away from us, and we know that you're going to be with your grandkids. We will always remember you, and your door is always welcome, and you're always open to come and sit in on our board meetings because you're just like a permanent honorary member of the board. So congratulations, and have a great life with your babies.
Betsy, I just want to say enjoyed the 1 year that we shared time on the board. What I observed quite a bit is you were always making the first motion or the second motion, so I'm making a motion that we honor you in a very special way, somehow through the board and the Cincinnati and Hammond County Library. So you're a breath of fresh air, a true delight to listen and learn from, and hopefully the rest of us can carry on the great work that you did.
Okay, Betsy, congratulations on your retirement from the library board. All those decades of service are very appreciated by the citizens of Hamilton County. Thank you so much.
Hey there, Mrs. Lamacchia. Thank you so much for your years of service on the board. And most recently, I deeply appreciate how involved you were in all the community listening sessions and really getting the facility master plan off the ground. So thank you again. Hope to see you in the future as those projects unfold. Take care.
Hi, Mrs. Lamacchia. Thank you so much for your service to the library throughout the years. You have been such an important part of the system, and we are really going to miss you. Take care.
Mrs. Lamacchia, thank you so much for all of your service. It's been great to work with you, and we appreciate all the work that you've done for the library.
Thank you, Mrs. Lamacchia, for your thoughtful and balanced leadership over the last 20 years. You've been a solid and esteemed leader throughout your time on the board, and we really appreciate all you've done for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Lamacchia, for your many years of dedicated service to the library. We really appreciate all that you've done for us.
Thank you.
Hi, Ms. Lamacchia. I wanted to say congratulations on your retirement from the board, and we just thank you so much for your many years of service.
Hi, Mrs. Lamacchia. Just want to thank you for your years of service to the library and to the community. Thank you.
Thanks for all your years of service, Mrs. Lamacchia.
Hey, Ms. Lamacchia. Just want to say thanks and I wish you well.
Thanks for all that you've done for the library.
We are ever grateful for your service, Mrs. Lamacchia.
Thank you, Mrs. Lamacchia. I just wanted to share my appreciation for all that you've done for the library and for the community for much of your life, really. And we will definitely miss your steady presence on the board, but I do wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Lamacchia, for all that you've done and all that you will still help us do.
I just want to join in everyone else in thanking you, Mrs. Lamacchia, for your service. You are always incredibly prepared, you're always incredibly thoughtful, and you are wonderful at representing both our customers and the library. It has been a joy to see you work and benefit from your work, and I just want to add my thanks to everyone else's.
Thank you for your work here, Betsy. It's not nearly enough, but thank you for everything you've done for us so much. And everyone in the audience is welcome to join us one room over. We will have a small reception in honor of Ms. Lamacchia. Thank you very much.
And with that, meeting adjourned.